No.
As they're making their way up, I just want to say how humbled and honored I am to receive this award. As most of you know me in the Cape May County, I like to be the guy that's the giver and not the receiver, and it's hard to be humble. It's one of the few times I said to Joyce Gould a little earlier today that I'm actually nervous. And me and a microphone, those are two things that don't normally happen. So I actually wrote a couple of things down here today that I would like to say, and those I would like to thank. First and foremost, when I look around this room, I see so many friends that are friends of the community, and each and every one of you do things in our community that deserves what I am getting here today. So I would like to say to all of you that are out there that I share this award with you. There's few people in here that really kind of step up to the plate for me in my Lunch with Lynch program. And I'd like to start with Mr. Ford right there, who's always smiling, who's always there with his team and his bank and Jody and the whole crew. And there is no Lunch with Lynch without you guys. So I want to thank you, Jay, for everything that you guys. Mr. Kendall, I know you're there in the back. I can't see you through the balloons there, but I want to thank you for everything that you've done for us as well. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for our girl, Jenny Farnan, a local girl who is battling brain cancer, who he flies down to Duke University whenever she needs a lift, and that means the world to me. I would also like to thank two guys that taught me the word humility and to be humble a little bit more than normal, and that's my good friends, Jack and Will Morey. They've, honestly guys, there is no Lunch with Lynch without the Morey Peer organization and what y'all have done for me over the years, and I sincerely thank you so very, very much. I would send them emails after everything they do nice for me, and I rarely get a message back, barely even a okay. And one day I went to Will, I said, Will, have I offended you? Or is there something, I thank you, and I get, it's okay. And he looked at me like I literally was from Mars, and he said to me, well, why do I need to thank you? That's what you're supposed to do. And that's what I try to do, Will. I just try to do it because it's the right thing to do. So thank you. And our freeholders and everybody that's here, I just want to say thank you. If I may, I would like to share in this award with a few people. First of all, Mrs. Johnson, who was my first Cub Scout leader when I was 8 years old in Clarkston, Georgia. She's still living, and she's a great inspiration to me and so many others. I'd like to thank Mr. Hampton, who was the coolest scoutmaster I ever knew and was a great part of my life and instilled a lot of great values, and he was just a good friend of scouting. I'd like to thank Mr. Hoffman, who was a neighbor of mine who had no children, no boys. And though he had no boys, he had so many young men that were a part of scouting, and I'm so proud of my association with him. I want to thank my brother David, who was an Eagle Scout and was a great role model for my sister, my brother, and I. And most importantly, I would like to thank my mom and dad. My mother's no longer with us, but I know she's here in the room. And my father, who was 87 years old, who was absolutely the most dynamic man you would ever meet. He's the one that taught his sons and his sister, his daughter, one simple rule: pay it forward. And he says, as long as you give back to your community, it will give back to you twofold. And I am proof that that happens. And I'm proof that that happens because of these young men right here behind me. They're not only Troop 75, these guys are kind of my best friends, are you not? Come on, a little more enthusiasm, are you not? I've known these guys since they were really in pre-K. I've watched them grow through the Cub Scout program. I've watched them now become leaders in their school and a leader in their community, and I am so proud. And this is who I really want to share this award with. So this is our future right here. This is why we're all here tonight, and it's just a wonderful. How about a round of applause for all of our scouts? Bill, thank you for all your efforts with scouting. You're the unsung hero here tonight, and you've done some great work, and we thank you for everything that you've done. And I'm looking up at a blank screen. That's a good man right there. He deserves this award. Geez. Power community, power family is a wonderful thing. That's my brother, the Eagle Scout. Real proud of him. My Paul, you can see me in my Georgia Bulldog outfit. You can tell it worked real well. We lost to Alabama 38-13. And roll tide, they did. And lastly, I just would like to share, thank you, Dad. I have Vicki filming this for me, peace. And last but not least, I'm real honored to share this stage today with Joyce and Alan, who have been great friends of mine. I consider them almost like family. And I love you guys dearly. We are family. I mean, it's not we're almost family. We are family. And go you. I'm glad we don't have to play Miami. And Dave Bob, where are you, Dave? Thank you for everything that you do. I'm so honored. You know, I do this Christmas program. I could always use a Santa. Just want you to know that. So, with that, Power Community, God bless everybody. I am officially over my award here tonight. I am now taken over as your MC. So I will be your MC tonight, which is my favorite part to do. And I just want everyone to know, why don't you go ahead, start enjoying your meal. We're going to come back with you shortly. And